Hello, welcome to the Horror of It All movie podcast. I'm Eric. Today I'm going to be doing a few unboxings for you, especially as you can see the tape probably, Vinegar Syndrome. And then I'm going to be showing you some pickups that I got recently and talking about what my probably next video will be, or very soon, my next What I've Been Watching. But first, it's a little off-brand, but some of them are related. I just got back from an amazing 3-day weekend with my wife. We went to Hartford, Connecticut to 90s Con. We met and I got her autograph and a picture with Shannon Doherty. She was a trooper. She was amazing. She signed my Mallrats poster. Just a few others. I won't go through everybody. If you know, I met Paul Gosselaar, who played Zach on Saved by the Bell, as well as Mario Lopez, who played Slater on Saved by the Bell. And also I met, and I got both their autographs in a picture. My wife met some Full House people. I met Jodie Sweetin and, what was her name? I got the thing right here. Andrea Barber, who played Kimmy. She met Dave Coulier last year, who played Uncle Joey. And she also met Candace Cameron. I wasn't able to. I was somewhere. I was meeting somebody else. I don't remember. It was so big and so huge. You probably even see it in the news and stuff if you follow that type of stuff. Met Rose McGowan. She signed my Grindhouse poster. It was pretty cool. And then, let's see. I met Thora Birch. She was a sweetheart. She signed an 8x10 that she had of both of her characters in The Walking Dead. So that was awesome. I'm a huge fan of hers. My favorite movie, and I think it's a very underrated, and I told her this, is Dark Corners. That's a horror movie she did. I really like that. And as she said, she's like, wow, that's awesome. Like, because she's probably used to hearing about Hocus Pocus and stuff. She's like, that's a weird one. I'm like, I know, I like weird. And she was like, me too. And it was so intense and so funny. It was so cool. But let's see. Oh, and we also met Breckin Meyer. He was really funny. He signed my. He was gonna sign my Freddy's Dead poster, but I have a huge Freddy's Dead poster, and it's really old. And when we tried to unravel it, it started to rip. So I was like, no. So I got one of those 11x17 ones. I wish I had it handy to show. But anyway, maybe I'll show it on another video. It's art that I've never seen. It's basically Freddy, and it has like 3D glasses on it, and it has the TV and stuff. He wrote Super Spencer on it, if you're familiar with Freddy's Dead, so that was cool. So I guess some of that between Breckin Meyer and Freddy's Dead, and Rose McGowan and Grindhouse, and Shannon Doherty with Mallrats, and Thora Birch, of course, because I mentioned Dark Corners. I recommend that. I think it came out in like 2007. But yeah, so that was a blast. I hope it becomes an annual thing. We've been 2 years in a row, and it's gotten so big that I hope that it just continues. It's a blast. But yeah, enough about that. For anybody who's not really into that, I apologize, but I was just on a high from the weekend, so I wanted to share that. But yeah, here I'll even quickly show. That's my Saved by the Bell box set that Mario Lopez and Paul Gosselaar signed. So yeah. Anyway, and Elizabeth Berkley was there, but I didn't get a chance to meet her, but I saw her a bunch because she was right between Mario Lopez and Paul Gosselaar. So anyway, so let's get to the task at hand, so to speak. I have quite a few things I want to share with you today. I'm going to save Vinegar Syndrome for last. I know that's probably what a lot of people are here for. I'll try to go quick. I won't go into the releases too much, but we can start with this long box. Anybody who's familiar with these fucking long boxes might have an idea what this is. It is an order from Shout Factory, or Scream Factory, same company, but it's like one of their brands. And this one Got the wrapping paper, as I call it. I didn't get a bunch of stuff this time, but I was able to get this in there because I really wanted it and I love the art. Dead Silence, but I got the alternate slipcase with that art, and of course the posters. That I don't remember, but the original artwork poster and the new alternate artwork, pretty sweet. I'm gonna open that with you. I like when they do this, especially because I'm a big guy on, and it's 4K, in case anybody's curious. I don't know if I've ever seen this, to be honest, but I've always wanted to. Almost reminds it like a killer. I don't want to say Pinocchio, really, but it's a puppet. But usually they have the same art lately. They've been kind of getting lazy with that, unfortunately, I think. And any of their releases that they're re-releasing on 4K, sure, it's on 4K, and if that's enough for you, that's fine. Sometimes it's enough for me, too. Like Return of the Living Dead, it was no question. But some of them, I'm like, nah. Or Black Christmas was fine, because I didn't get their copy of Black Christmas, as I talked about in another video. So that was a lot of new stuff for me. Alrighty. But there's usually no reverse art, so I like it when I'm able to get an alternate slipcase. Yep, no reverse art. Got a Blu-ray with a theatrical unrated cut, and the 4K, the Blu-ray, and then the 4K only has a theatrical cut, which is unfortunate, but it's fine. Still get both of the movie. Now, I have this, but this is going on there, but I got so much to do, I'll leave that for myself. Alright, and then I'm interested in these posters. It probably was in it, but, you know, sometimes when you get quite a few things here and there, I might have spaced that. Alright, whoops, sorry about that. If that noise was bad on you, on your end. Yes, it is. Sweet. I love this artwork. Man, I can't remember his name. But he does a lot of their artwork. It's Devin something? Somebody in the comments, I'm sure after the video I'm going to be like, duh. But I think that's who did the artwork. I can't remember his full name. But yeah, and then the original artwork, which is pretty sweet. Alright. Kind of just go through here. Alright. This one, I don't remember who it was from because I ripped the label off. But I'll know when I open it. Okay, yep. This is a Dark Force order that I did. I don't order a lot from them. I like some of their stuff, but I wouldn't say I was a big fan. But they were having a little sale, so I bought a couple of releases. Death Rage, which is basically, I guess, advertised as like a Death Wish, but what is it? First Death Wish, now Death Rage. I don't remember much about this. I remember seeing something on it, but I never got it, and then I saw it in the sale, so I believe it's Italian. I do believe that. Let's see. Oh, it's directed by Antonio, is that what it says, Margheriti? That's what it seems like. Who did Cannibal Apocalypse, so that's cool. I don't know if anybody wants to see this, but I'll open it with you anyway. Alternate artwork here. Let's see, can I show it? Oh, that's very, very Italian crime type movie. So yeah, I'm actually very intrigued by this, and I was when I initially heard about it. So it, I remember it sounding kind of fucked up. So yeah, we'll see. Death Rage. I'll have this probably on a future what I've been watching, and then I kept hemming and hawing on this, but it was actually a pretty good deal on sale. So I finally got what they released as Forced Entry. It's another version that's still there's I guess, if I understand right, no complete cut that's been found or some shit. So this is the most complete cut that they could find. I believe it's definitely a hard watch. There's they do call this. Let's see. After a previous release of 2 new director's cuts of The Last Victim and Forced Entry, Dark Force has presented a 2K scan of the original 35mm negative of the material of the U.S. theatrical release of Forced Entry. This 83-minute version contains 10 more minutes of nudity and rape scenes. So, if you're not into that, then there's your warning. Tawny Katane is in it, so yeah. Maybe they'll have more have more stuff in it that some people aren't going to want to see anyway, but I wouldn't say I love those movies or anything, but I do like them. I actually do like rape revenge movies. I don't mind. I know that's a weird sentence, but what I mean is the revenge part. The revenge part is the moment. It's hard to watch, yes. And as I got older, I guess it got a little easier, especially with, say, I Spit on Your Grave, because I heard the Joe Bob commentary with it, so it made it a little easier to watch. But the revenge part, yes, that's the why I watch those, really. But if you're not into that, then you're probably not going to be into this. This movie is supposed to be pretty infamous, so there's no reverse art, but so yeah, got those from Dark Force. All right, now moving right along here. Whoops. All right. Now this one I believe is an order. I hate this packaging. I believe this was a who'd I get this from? I think it was Thinking. What are they called? Thinking DVD or some shit like that. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I'm umming around. I believe that's where I got it. I watched this documentary on. It was a whole other disc. It was like the 3rd disc, I think, for Righting Wrongs from Vinegar Syndrome. It was like the best of martial arts movies or films or something like that. And this one was mentioned. It's called Zoo, Warriors from the Magic Mountain. If you're into any of those movies, honestly, I never really was. But as I get older, I'm just slowly, as I always have, branching out with different movies and more stuff. And I don't mind them, really. I mean, I've always been a fan of, the bigger one, like Jackie Chan, so to speak. And I actually have a couple things on my recent pickups for more martial arts movies, but I wouldn't say they're my favorite, but they're definitely some really fun ones. Like, for instance, I watched Police Story from the new Eureka box set, which I believe I shared on another episode. I haven't watched any of the other ones yet, but when I do, I'll talk about them. But anyway, yeah, this is a Shout Factory release. It's still available, I believe. They don't always say when they released it, but yeah, Zoo. Just looked interesting on the documentary. But yeah, I highly recommend that documentary. Even if you're not really into a lot of martial arts stuff, but you did get Righting Wrongs, like say you buy everything of Vinegar Syndrome or you're a subscriber or whatever. Yeah, this release I've been wanting to get. It's still a blind buy, but I've always wanted to see it. Is Forbidden Zone. I know Arrow, I believe, put it out. This is just an American one from MVD. I didn't want to go too crazy on it, and see if but they still do their poster and their reverse art, which is actually pretty cool, if you can see that. Sorry about the glare. But yeah, anybody who's seen any of these, let me know and what you thought or whatever. I mean, if it's super oh, that's the worst movie I've ever seen. I guess you could tell me. I'm not gonna take too much stock into it. It's more or less just curiosity, because I'm definitely one. I'm not ever one to be like, was it good? because everything is subjective. I'm not one-dimensional. I make up my own mind, but sometimes I'm curious. But yeah, it's supposed to be batshit, I guess. So we will find out. Forbidden Zone, future what I've been watching. All right, and then this weird box. If anybody's not familiar with this, I might have opened one of these before. This is a fucking... These boxes are just funny to me, by the way they do it. But I always have got everything fine, so I do recommend them. That's Hamilton Books, and they have shit for so cheap that I don't understand how they make any money. But they had a sale, and they had partial, like a small Arrow sale, and then a lot of other stuff that I also had got recently. This is the second order of the sale. The sale's done, but it just, they had, I'll talk about, I think one or two of the other releases. All right. Boy, it's really in there. I don't know how it's protected so very well, but just some great great buys, man. It's cheap. The Horrible Sexy Vampire from Mondo Macabro. I buy quite a few of theirs. I haven't watched a lot of them, but what I have watched, I do like. But they're definitely not like a complete. I don't need everything. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of stuff that I'm not too keen on. But this one seemed a little interesting. I've heard mixed things, but again, as I just said before, I'm gonna make up my own mind. And then I got this because it was super cheap, even though I haven't seen Deadly Prey. But David A. Pryor, who I just watched something of his. I know he did the Deadly Prey, and this is the sequel. I only got this because, man, I think it was, I don't know if it's on the slip, but yeah, it was like $4. So, yeah. I'm probably not going to open this right now. It's really tight plastic. But, Killer Workout, Raw Nerve, who Culture Shock put out, and what was another one? I said Deadly Prey, obviously, because this is the sequel. Sledgehammer, which I finally watched recently, and it's fine. I am a fan. If you're new to this video and you've gotten this far, I am a shot on video guy. I do like shot on video. I did watch it with Joe Bob, even though I have the Severin DVD that I hadn't watched. But I will talk about that on what I've been watching. And I also got this, which I thought was a pretty good deal. It's another blind buy from Arrow. The Initiation of Sarah. Satanic secrets and telepathic terror combined in this classic made-for-TV horror movie, directed by Hammer Films alums Robert Day, from the story co-written by Tom Holland. Featuring cinematography by Rick Waite, who also did 48 Hours. So that sounds like an interesting combo. But yeah, I'm not familiar with this. I just saw it and it looked interesting, and it was dirt cheap. It was $12. So that is the reverse. Definitely more simple artwork. Comes with booklet. And so yeah. I guess I don't have to keep saying it will be on a future what I've been watching. At this point, you might as well just assume. And then I got an Arrow box set. What was this? This was super cheap because I'm pretty sure it's usually like around twice as much, but it was a $35 box set. Can't read the lettering. Gothic Fantastico. Yep. And it's 4 Italian tales of terror. Early on, like gothic horror type stuff. But got the J card. There's really nothing on the back. There's a cemetery, but this box set seemed really cool. I love Arrow box sets. So yeah, let's see. We got Lady Morgan's Vengeance. And on the inside is the old classic arrow. Like white, I guess you'd say. Like they have a few of those like that. And then we got the Blanche. How do I say that? Yeah, the Blancheville Monster, I believe. A lot of these are, like I said, are super early. This one's even black and white. I don't know if all of them are black and white. That one's black and white. They are that old. I think they're from like the 60s, but again, I am not too versed in this type. Well, I shouldn't say type of cinema, but yeah. And then we got, because it's Italian. I love Italian. Anything Italian, I'll check it out. I don't always love it, but for the most part, I do. So yeah, The Third Eye, and again with the white. It's Italian title. The Third Eye, if anybody's curious, has Italian and English language tracks. So does The Witch, which is the next one. And again, all these are black and white. I feel like they were like 60s, but again, I can't remember. This one right here, Lady Morgan's Vengeance, it just has an Italian track, but of course there are subtitles. And this has an Italian-English track as well for the Blancheville Monster. So this will be cool to dive into. Like I said, I love their box sets. And we got posters here. One for Edgar Allan Poe's Horror. I've been getting cards for that, but which one is it? Is it the same? And Franco Nero's in that, so that's good. That's cool. And then we got a nice big book. I don't know if you can see that really. But yeah, I have been seeing that. Which one is that? Alright, it is the Blancheville. What is it? The Blancheville Monster is also horror. So I'm glad I finally figured out that mystery, because I've been getting horror cards in quite a few releases, and I'm like, what is that? Well, it didn't help that, as a lot of Italian movies, was under a different title. But yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure these are like 1960s. Read a little bit on the back here. Well, groundbreaking director Mario Bava remains the most well-known purveyor of Italian Gothic horror. Many other filmmakers tried their hand at the form throughout the 1960s. So yeah, madness, obsession, and messed up families are all in order of the day, and 4 lesser-known gems of Italian's peak Gothic period. So, I will let you know about this box set, but couldn't pass it up for the price. So, now, for what you've been waiting for. Sorry it's taking so long. I'll put a thing in there if you want to fast forward. But Vinegar Syndrome. Alrighty. Got some good stuff, as always. Alright. Let's dive right in here. We got the... I'm not going to open these, but I think they call them like ooze shirts or some shit. And I don't even know how well you can even see that. But it's the chick, and it says Vinegar Syndrome. Glows in the dark. It also has something about a black light. So, cool. And I got the skull with the film reel, like in his forehead, that I have a hoodie of. Same thing. I don't know how bright this is. I'll let it focus. And then, now that shirt This one's gonna look cool. I'm not a huge white guy. I'm usually like black shirts, darker colors. But anyway, what you tuned in for? I hope everybody's still here. Again, I can put a little thing to say, but this one I might have passed up if I didn't read. Might have, I don't know. The Assassin of Tassar, starring Malcolm McDowell, and it's a Deaf Crocodile, number 9. I love it. Like, I've always loved their slipcovers, but they always have this like paper rough thing. They're so soft now. So Vinegar Syndrome slipcases are even better. Don't confuse this, because this isn't a Vinegar Syndrome release. It is a partner label. I do have quite a few partner labels in this first bag, so I'll try to get through these quick for you. Sorry about all the other stuff, but hey, if you were interested, and thank you for still sticking around. But that is all text in the little booklet. Yeah, there's no reverse, but this one is very intriguing, and it's Malcolm McDowell, and I'll watch anything with Malcolm McDowell. So, yeah. Flesh Merchant. Another intriguing title from one of my staples of the partner labels that I buy. I have every one of their releases, and is Culture Shock. Alright, is there anything I can't fill out here? Yeah, that's, this definitely looks like a, I don't know, a late night Cinemax movie or something? I don't know. All I know is the artwork is definitely really... Maybe it's shot on video. It's one of the best examples of 90s shot on video. So, if you're not into that, this might not be for you. I can't show the disc. Well, I guess I could, but it's pretty close. I can't really show the reverse either, but Flesh Merchant, you can kind of get a gauge from the title, I guess, right? This I've been meaning to buy. I still don't know how interested I am, but I want to see it, and I also super love Terror Vision, and the slipcover's still there, and it's like after I listened to them on the Disconnected, that this is, if I remember right, probably their least selling title, but Norway. Been kind of meaning to get it. I don't know really anything about it other than I keep watching the trailer. But yeah, it's not very long. It's 2014 movie, 93 minutes, or 73 minutes, sorry. And it is in German, but there are, of course, English subtitles. But I kind of just wanted to complete my collection. It was that kind of thing. I've enjoyed all the other TerrorVision, so yeah. There's that. Got their TerrorVision card. Now, this was released as a partner label, but as you may or may not know, they're not a partner label anymore. Brad Henderson has focused much more of his time to TerrorVision, but he did say he still has some stuff in the works with Vinegar Syndrome. So that's something, because he did do special features, and he did such a good job. But Norway, I can put it in my TerrorVision collection. All right. And my first one of this package for my subscription, Freeway 2. Super excited they released this. I heard quite a few people, and of course they don't know, but it was speculation of, nah, they're not going to release that and whatever. Well, they did. And I'm glad they did, because, I mean, all that has to be said to me is Natasha Lyonne. Huge fan of hers. This movie looks absolutely insane. And they released the first Freeway, so why not? They may not really be connected, but that never's bothered me before with sequels, so fuck it. But I was getting it anyway either way, and even if I was a subscriber or not, I would have bought it. That's the inside. Got a 4K disc and a Blu-ray disc. Oh, cool. And this is, I believe, the original artwork. It's kind of basic, but hey, who cares? But the cast in this is just very interesting. We got, as I said, Natasha Lyonne, Vincent Gallo, David Alan Grier. I'm trying to remember somebody else I saw, but there were someone's in there that I'm like, really? Oh, John Landis has like, I think it's more of a cameo, but he's a judge in it. Somehow weirder, sleazier, and even more jaw-dropping than its predecessor. Matthew Bright's in-name-only sequel, Freeway 2, Confessions of a Trick Baby, which is basically the title of this movie because, as I said, and as that just said, it's really not connected, but I love batshit movies, so this is right up my alley. And honestly, I could have seen this because when I was younger, I sought out anything Tasha Lyonne. Slums of Beverly Hills, if you haven't seen it, such a great coming-of-age movie about a girl, like, just, growing up and going through puberty and just her family craziness. But huge fan of hers. Freeway 2, great slip, of course. I am excited. I'm excited for this one. All right, bag number 2. I have 4, in case you're wondering. Thank you for still sticking around. Another one from my subscription package, which I was actually pretty surprised by and pretty fucking excited for. Primal Rage on 4K. I am jumping from VHS with this one. Never bought the Dark Force or anything, but yeah, this is awesome. And yeah, this month was great. And I know I say that pretty much every month, but it's true. It's true for me that I believe that it is. Great. Rambling. Sorry. It's late as I'm recording this. But yeah, oh man. I am so excited for this. And what do we got for reverse? Ooh. Kind of like the VHS tape, but this is different enough that I might keep this one. Yeah, I'm going to keep this one. The reverse is that. I believe that's the same cover as my VHS tape. I'd show it, but I'd have to dig through some VHS tapes because it's not my chosen format anymore, but I still have some. So yeah. Alright, we got another partner label. Not necessarily a staple, but I do like a lot of their stuff. Utopia's Meet Me in the Bathroom. It's not like, it's a documentary, a music documentary, okay? And it's basically about like the late 90s, early 2000 era, I believe. Music scene in early 2000s, set against the backdrop of 9/11 and the world unaware of domestic politics, technical and culture shifts, but it has to do with bands like The Strokes and Yeah Yeah Yeahs, and not really my type of music. I like all types of music, but never really was into those. But I love documentaries, so I'm on that side, especially music documentaries. So it sounded interesting. We'll see. But yeah, I can add it to my Utopia. I'm so glad I finally been able to put all those together. I got a new rack that is a spinning rack, and I got one of the huge ones that hold like close to 900, I believe, and you can fit a lot on the top, especially if you do them right, so they're not like wobbling. But I put all my partner labels together, and other than what I've already like watched, it's a whole thing. Because eventually I just put them all together on my main rack, but yeah. Anyway, that was a lot of rambling again. I can hear them already. Hopefully they haven't tuned out. Like, get to it! Well, we're here for the releases. Is this a reverse? That is a reverse, and I'm gonna reverse it because that picture is weird. It's just weird. It's pretty cool. But yeah, we'll see. I've enjoyed a lot of the documentaries that have come out. Not necessarily just from Utopia, but I do really like the music documentaries. So far, I think that my favorite one is the Dead Guy documentary, which I talked about in my... I think I did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I talked about it in my What I've Been Watching. Sorry if I didn't. I just think I did. Or thought I did. Now, Canadian International Pictures. This has been one that I've been kind of gung-ho with. There's a couple of releases that they just don't click, so I'm, I haven't bought them. I probably won't. But, for the most part, I get a lot of their releases because I really like them. This is Gina, and apparently it's part of, like, a trilogy or something, and they said they're going to release all of them. So, yeah, I don't remember the titles, but this is one of the movies. Part frigid hangout movie, part vicious revenge saga. This is a one-of-a-kind powerhouse that builds to a gruesome climax in the greatest snowmobile chase in movie history. Gina. Very intriguing. I can't remember if this is in, what would it be? French, probably. And I can't really see the back right now, but yeah, it's a 1975 movie. There's a ton of special features. That is the inside. It's probably so bright that you can't see it. We got a booklet here. Very, very nice. Gina, a cynic's revenge. And it's 70s, so fuck yeah. 70s and 80s, my favorite 2 decades. I like movies from all decades, but those are my favorite. I really love the 90s, though, too. So, yeah, I don't remember. Okay, so, apparently, according to the website, there is an alternate English track, so there's that in case people are curious, I think. Yeah, sure, why not? I'm going to flip this because the artwork is the same as the slipcover. So yeah. Alright, bag number 3. Try to get through these a little bit quicker. I know the running time is going crazy. New Agfa. Another staple of mine. Shaolin Invincibles and 7 to 1. Interesting. Looks like ultra low budget Mandarin language. Just craziness, I guess. You've never seen a Taiwanese martial arts movie like this, and that's for Shaolin Invincibles, an earlier film from the director of Shaolin Invincibles, 7 to 1. So yeah, double feature. Got some cool little special features. It just looks weird. I don't know what to say. Like, they're from the 70s, so, and Agfa did it, so it's usually stuff that I like. And I do like it. It would depend on a label. Like, say, if, I don't know who, pick one. When they do restorations, like, say, Vinegar Syndrome, and it looked like that, like, a lot of Agfa stuff is just what there is. That's it. But they don't want the movies to be just, like, done or whatever. Like, nobody sees them. So sometimes the prints aren't the greatest. But, you know what? Fuck it. They still put them out. So, this one I'm not quite sure about, but I usually like just about everything Agfa, so. This one I'm super excited about. And I'm so excited that, as I said, on the last one, Umbrella is a partner label. They put out fucking Nightmares. It is a Ozploitation, adding non-stop bloodshed to the successful cinematic recipe of softcore sex, ample naked flesh. Ozploitation amateur John D. Lamond takes on the stock and slash genre with vengeance in this infamous homegrown Halloween clone. I have a DVD. I think Intervision put it out with Severin. It has this basically the same cover, but they revamped it, and like the red eyes and stuff are different. But oh man, I'd say quite possibly out of the partner labels this month, I am most excited to check out this disc. I love Umbrella anyway. I love that they're a partner label. Intrigued to see what else they're going to put out, because I can't show that. They're going to be putting out a lot of stuff they said they already released. So it's just going to be like American versions. We got a book here. So yeah, Nightmares. This is the image I was trying to figure out and couldn't. When it was put up, I was like, I know this movie. And then when I saw that it was Nightmares, I'm like, it was fucking Nightmares. Alright, I probably can't show much of this, and I probably won't go too far into it. It's the new Picorama. It's called Babe. People have pointed out that this actress right here is not in the movie, so that's interesting. I guess, you know, I know once I was 18 and say you went to like adult stores and stuff like that, that happened occasionally. Like the actress was not on it, or even regular movies like not sexploitation, like even exploitation movies. It's not necessarily an actor or something, but it's different. It's interesting that it's also the cover, so I'm intrigued to find out if this is in fact true. But yeah, Babe. I usually get the Picораmas. This slip cover is so nice. It's embossed here. It's embossed here. Oh, sorry. Oh man, it's very, very nice. And a few people have been saying they would like me. They think I should do my top whatever 5, 10, probably 10 of the adult, or as they used to say, erotica titles. And I just might do that, honestly. Anybody else that's got this far, comment again below and let me know if you really want that, because I'll put that together. I'm pretty sure I already made a list, so it's not quite updated. I might have to update it a little bit, but anyway. An intriguing box set that was part of my subscription. Mexican Gothic, the films of Carlos. I don't know how to say that. And Enrico, and I'm terrible with names. I'm sorry. I'm not familiar with this director, but I got a nice book. A little different for them. Like the inside pages almost feel like the old slipcover, so it's interesting. But yeah, we got 4 movies here. We got Poison for the Fairies, Darker Than Night, Rapina, 3, sorry, I thought it was 4. Few directors other than Tabadoa have left such a distinct footprint in Mexican horror genre. These 3 films with ample violence and wretched depravity and supernatural evil. So, yeah, it sounds like we got a whole bunch of different horror things going on. Again, I'm sorry for the long video, but hey, I'm talking to you guys. I did unboxings. I still have some pickups, which I'm not going to go into. I'm just going to show you if you want me to. This video is probably going to be like an hour. But, yeah. You are fully welcome to skim through if you don't want to go so in detail, but got that. Alright, last bag. Get through this one here real quick. I finally said fuck it, even though it didn't have the slip. Love and Saucers, like I said earlier, trying to get the TerrorVision. And then I just have 2 more. We have Dog Tags, an Italian war movie. I'm all about it. This is the new VSA. It is number 33. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I tend to like VSAs more than the average person, because I know a lot of people say they're really hit or miss, but I guess I've come across a few. I have definitely come across a few, but I don't think it's as drastic as some. If you've watched some of my other Vinegar Syndrome videos when I do rankings and how much I've just rave and love Dr. Jekyll's Dungeon of Death, which most people hate. So put it in the kind of perspective there. All right, last one. We got. It's convenient and nice that this is last. The last, if anybody didn't know, Fun City from Vinegar Syndrome partner labels. They branched out. They're now going to be distributed by MVD, which for them, who knows? They might get more people buying their stuff because it's going to be more widely available. This is a classic. It's Richard Gere and Breathless. I mean, very appropriate movie, I'd say, for Fun City. Love Fun City. Sad to see him go, but I'm also happy for him. So technically in this month we're going to get 2 because other people have already been getting them. I don't know why I haven't gotten mine, but I did order. I might have probably threw it in another order with a pre-order. That's probably what happened. But Party Girl. So this month has 2 Fun Cities. But that was not distributed by OCN. So it's unfortunate, but you know, they're going to do what they're going to do. Okay, I'm going to breeze through these really quick. Thank you so much for checking out my video. Thank you so much for coming to the end. Check out my other videos and all that good stuff. Let's see. I don't remember if I mentioned this on what I've been watching. I may have. Christmas Bloody Christmas. Quite possibly my favorite movie of last year. So close. It might be X, but it's between these. I fucking love this movie, and I'm so excited that it came out on DVD. DVD, how dare I? Blu-ray. But it's not like a crazy release. It's just from Shudder, but it does have special features, which there's a 4K, I guess. I think it's an overseas one. Has no special features. That one I almost bought. Glad I held off on this. Love this movie. It has total Vinegar Syndrome love in it. There's so many Vinegar Syndrome Easter eggs because this woman as well, I think they own the store. I can't remember. I'm not going to go too much into it, like I said, because I'm running long. But owns this store, and there's Vinegar Syndrome shit everywhere. When you go to her house, there's posters everywhere. It's awesome. There's even a little tiny thing, if you notice, because she has some vinyl, for TerrorVision. She has the Unsolved Mysteries scores, soundtracks. So that's really cool. These have been out for a little bit, and I've debated back and forth. I'm so glad that I got this one because it is absolutely amazing and looks the best it's ever had. Arrow's Deep Red 4K. This is the only one of the more recent ones that has new special features, unfortunately. And I only said not for this, but for the next one. So yeah, in case you're curious, I mean, it's the deluxe. It has a book. It has the poster. And I already flipped it. But I love Deep Red, so yeah. Dario Argento, speaking of Italian from before, not necessarily my favorite Italian director. That's reserved for me for Fulci, but I do love me some Dario Argento. He's probably my second. But yeah, Deep Red 4K, absolutely amazing release. This release is really good too, and I have a problem with buying so many copies of Cat o' Nine Tails, but I think this was so underrated. This one, I have everything in here. I actually bought it for a really, really decent amount or whatever. But the J card is right here. I still have that. I do keep these. I do like those. But it's in the box because that's what they did. So the tape's not there. It's got tons of lobby cards. It's got the 4K disc. No new special features, unfortunately, from that recent Blu-ray. But hey, you know what? I love this movie so much that I just had to do it. I just kind of recently bought the Blu-ray. And something just came over me and I was like, I gotta do it. And somebody gave me a really good deal on this. So I have Hell of the Living Dead 4K from 88 Films. One of my absolute favorite Italian movies. I love this movie. It has so many fucking titles. They've been doing. I am going to show this. They have been doing awesome posters. But yeah, Virus is one of the titles. Zombie Creeping Flesh. I'm trying to remember. I don't know if they wrote any more on here, but anyway, it's not important. I know it is Hell of the Living Dead. It has a little booklet here, even Virus on the back. 88 Films did put out the Blu-ray. There's another title. Night of the Zombies. I have that on VHS under that title. But I just love this movie, and I love the director. I mean, Bruno Mattei, in this one especially, blatantly ripping off like scores and stuff like that. Or maybe he got permission. I don't know. I don't really give a shit. I'm used to the aesthetic with Italian movies, with kind of doing whatever the fuck they want to do. But yeah, it has the score like from Dawn of the Dead in it, and a few other things. But I fucking love this movie. I have not actually checked it out yet. I just barely got it like recently. So yeah, definitely intrigued to dive into this. All right. A few more quick things. I'm not going to go into them again. I kept going back and forth. Do I want Umbrella? Do I want blah, blah, blah? I think it was Umbrella. Was it Umbrella? No. I don't remember. Anyway, another company overseas was doing Repo Man. I ended up going with the Criterion. I like the packaging better. It's got this weird like green and stuff. Pretty nice. It's got a huge book. So yeah, want to get Repo Man. And this is a Blu-ray. This has been out for a little while, but because I've been getting into like more of the martial arts, you gotta go with one of the masters, if not to some people, the master. It's another Criterion. Bruce Lee, his greatest hits. This includes The Big Boss, Fists of Fury, The Way of the Dragon, Enter the Dragon, and Game of Death. If you're into this shit and you don't have this box set, look at this long list of special features. This is awesome. Speaking of another box, I already pre-ordered the second box. This is Jackie Chan Collection Volume 1 from Shout Select. This is 1976 to 1982. This includes The Killer Mentors, Shaolin Wooden Men, To Kill with Intrigue, I believe that says. Again, my lighting right now isn't great. Snake and Crane Arts of the Shaolin, Dragon Fist, Battle Creek Brawl, and Dragon Lord. I am not familiar with any of these movies. To be perfectly honest, a lot of the Jackie Chan stuff that I watched, like, say, growing up, was more when he came to America, like Rush Hour and Rumble in the Bronx and stuff like that. I'm getting into his older stuff. I have seen 36 Crazy Fists, but the reason why I saw that was I found $1 cheap-ass DVD years ago, which I still have. I'm not sure if it still plays, and it's not because of me, because I take care of my shit, like, really, I'm anal about it. But it's in a really coarse cardboard, so I don't like taking it out. But anyway, it was $1. The reason why I saw it was because the band 36 Crazy Fists named their band after it. So, excited for Volume 2. Can't wait to dive into this. I've heard mixed things with this. I'm glad I got the slipcover. It seems like it would be... I mean, the title is a little silly, but apparently it's like a Giallo, but it's also silly, so weird, but intriguing too. All Deceased Except for the Dead. I mean, think of the title. It sounds silly as it is, but that's another 88 Films. And all right, last, right under an hour. I'm sorry about that. If you're still around, I'm sorry that I keep apologizing. because if you're into this stuff, maybe you don't give a fuck how long it is. I got the Poison Ivy collection. I actually really enjoy these movies, especially the first two. First one's with Drew Barrymore, if you're not familiar. Second one is with Alyssa Milano. The third one is with Jamie Presley. And I am not familiar whatsoever with The Secret Society, the fourth one. But I can't find Miriam McDonald. I don't really know exactly who that is. But I've wanted this for a long time. Thankfully, I still got the slipbox cover thing. But yeah, that was a whole lot of shit. Thank you for sticking around. I kind of wanted to do something a little different. I knew it was going to run long. Sorry for the people that were waiting for Vinegar Syndrome, but I'll try to figure out how to do that little, like, hey, if you want Vinegar Syndrome, it was 23 minutes, I believe. So yeah, thanks for sticking around if you're still here. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. I'm slowly getting up there. I'm loving the comments. Still comment on this video. Let me know if you got to the end. That would be great. If you don't mind long videos, let me know that too. Because I'm willing to talk about whatever, but usually I just do like releases and stuff like that. Anyway, without further ado, this is the end. But thank you. Check out my other videos. I got rankings, podcasts, unboxings, pickups, what I've been watching, my episodes of what I've been watching. So, thanks for sticking around. Really appreciate it. This has been the Horror of It All Movie Podcast. I'm Eric. Until next time.